Hi, my name's Ben. I work for the Game House, and today we're going to be looking at some of the worst primetime games to be announced after the 2023 NFL schedule release. First things first, if you've watched any other of my videos, you'll know that my neighbor does nothing but work on his lawn all day, every single day. So if you hear a leaf blower, please bear with me. It hasn't stopped in the 4 years since I lived here, and I don't think it'll stop today. So we're just going to go through and look at the Thursday, Sunday, and Monday night football games that have been announced. Obviously, some of these will be flexed out of. Some teams will flex into them if they're doing better than pundits previously thought they would. But we're just going to take it as it is right now. So, we're going to start out with the Thursday night football games. And the two that are sticking out to me right away are Week 6 and Week 7's matchup. Broncos at Chiefs, I understand you're going to want some divisional games on Thursday night football, but the Chiefs have beaten the Broncos something like 11 or 12 times in a row. I really don't think Russell Wilson has it anymore, and I don't think Sean Payton took the right job. I think he should have waited another year to really find a job that suits him. I don't think the Broncos are going to be very good. It's not going to be a disaster like last year, but they're still going to be hovering right around 500 or lower, and the Chiefs are obviously the Super Bowl champions for a reason. So I don't think that's going to be a very good game at all. And then Week 7, you have the Jaguars at the Saints. Listen, the Jaguars, they're a very interesting team. Calvin Ridley's coming back from a year-long suspension for gambling, and Trevor Lawrence is one of the best young quarterbacks in the league. They did win a playoff game last year. That's awesome. But versus the Saints, who signed Derek Carr and sort of just kept pushing their salary cap down the road and putting it on credit cards to sort of field a mediocre, maybe okay team, I don't think this is very interesting. Now, the Saints could obviously be in play for the NFC South, but that's only because that division is so bad. So these are the two I'm looking at for Thursday night football. Moving on to Sunday night football, I'm just going to start at kickoff. The Sunday night football kickoff is Detroit Lions versus Kansas City Chiefs. Now, the Chiefs are going to be raising their banner. They're going to be getting rings. You know, that'll be something to see before the game. But then once the game starts, I'm not really sure who's going to be that interested. This is an interconference game. It'll have next to no pull when it comes to tiebreakers near the end of the season. A lot of people are really high on the Lions. I'm not. I think Jared Goff is going to have a down year because he's an up-and-down quarterback. Their wide receiver room is absolutely depleted because of gambling issues, and their defense is still bad. I don't think the Lions are going to be very good, and I think the Chiefs are going to walk all over them in the first game of the season, and that's not really what networks want. And the other one I'm looking at here is actually the Green Bay Packers versus the Minnesota Vikings in Week 17. Listen, the Packers could be good. Jordan Love could be the next coming of Aaron Rodgers. We don't know. But it's likely the Vikings are going to have this division wrapped up, even with their bad defense. Their offense is just that good. I'm not sure anybody's going to really care about this game. Packers could sort of play spoiler, depending on how the schedule falls, depending on what their records are, but I'm just not very interested, and that's coming from a Packers fan. So those are just two I have my eye on Sunday night. And then finally, Monday Night Football. I'm looking at this Week 8 matchup, Raiders and Lions. Jimmy Garoppolo is just not a very exciting quarterback. Now, Devontae Adams will be returning to Detroit, who he sliced up while he was a Packer. That might be interesting, but overall, another interconference matchup that might not amount to much whatsoever. And then this Week 3 matchup between the Eagles and the Buccaneers. Listen, Baker Mayfield probably should be the Buccaneers quarterback all the way through the season, but if he starts to struggle, they might put in their backup Kyle Trask. I think the Eagles are going to walk all over the Buccaneers. People are saying that Caleb Williams might be on the way. That's how bad this team might be, but they still do have Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, but either way, this isn't going to be a very interesting matchup. So those are just some games I had my eye on for the worst primetime games of the year. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I was wrong. Let me know what matchups you're least looking forward to, and thanks for watching. I appreciate it.